morning, you guys. Welcome back, and if you're new here, thanks for joining. My name is Lisa. So today's going to be another day in my life vlog, and I want to take you guys along just how I've been living recently, the slow living, romanticizing life, finding joy in the little things here in Switzerland. It's a beautiful day out today, so I thought it was a perfect day to just take you guys along some of the things that I've been doing pretty much all summer, kind of what my routine has been. I've been really into like the slow, relaxed living and just really taking in everything that's around me and being grounded and appreciative of everything that I have. So yeah, I want to take you guys along today, and just a day in my life I think it's going to be. I don't know, maybe I'll take it into the next day, but I'm not positive. I'm going to get myself going and we're going to get this day started. So, on a nice long walk in the forest, this is something I try to do like daily. It just feels so good to be like surrounded by all this nature and like a calm. All you hear is the birds, the water, animals. It's such a like relaxing, calming place to be. And it's something I've just been loving doing, whether it's running here or just going for a nice long walk in the morning. And it's also a little bit shaded because of the trees and everything, so it's not super hot. But I have my green juice here. I talked to you guys about this in the last vlog. It was from JS Health. I love it so much. Love the taste, and I just feel so good after drinking this. But I'm just gonna go for a nice long walk now. As I mentioned, I've been trying to stay active, and when it's weather like this, get outdoors. I just feel like my mental clarity is so different when I don't do this, and I just feel like so much more relaxed. My cortisol levels are definitely lowered. I just feel like at peace in a way. I either listen to a podcast or nothing at all and just walk in my own thoughts, which is sometimes also really nice. I don't know if I've mentioned this yet, but I've just been struggling a little bit after everything that's been happening this past couple months with the miscarriage and just things with my own life that, I can't control. And I've been trying to learn more and teach myself more, like, you cannot control certain things and you just have to go with the flow, and what will be will be. And of course, not every day I'll feel 100%, but I feel like I just needed to kind of like reconnect with myself in a way and just kind of get grounded again. And I feel like living like this, very simplistic, very relaxed, just kind of going day by day and just really embracing everything around me, what everything around me has to offer, and just being grateful for all that I have in this moment has really helped me this past couple weeks. And I know life is crazy. The world right now is a crazy place. So for me, just getting back to basics, just not like planning too much and trying to be so productive and chaotic almost. This has been really something that I have been leaning into and just focusing on what's here, what's now, all the beautiful things that I have, and just feeling grateful for everything. I know a lot of people in their journey of life, and if you've had a miscarriage like me, it takes time to get back into feeling like yourself again. And I don't know, I think there's just certain things that you can control and certain things you can't, obviously, but what you can control, you should focus on. And embracing times that are good and just you feeling healthy and happy is so important. So that's what I'm doing right now. That's my rant. But this is the stuff I think about and just kind of like talk to myself about when I'm on these walks, and just make sure that I'm checking in with myself and feeling my best, of course. But yeah, we're just enjoying this nice long walk now, just taking it all in. So just enjoying some lunch now out on the patio. I am being a little quiet because our neighbors are in very close quarters, and I feel like they're definitely like, this crazy American, what is she doing? Why is she filming herself? Anyway, I actually made this salad last night for dinner. It was so good. It's a Caesar pasta salad with shrimp, cucumber, onion, some croutons, some shaved Parmesan, and then I actually made my own Caesar dressing because surprisingly they don't have that here in Switzerland, or the stores that I was looking in they didn't have anyway. But I made my own and it was super simple. All you needed is mayonnaise, olive oil, Worcestershire sauce, some mustard, some garlic, and Parmesan. I believe that's it. It was so simple, so easy, really good, and now I have a bunch stored in the fridge for whenever I have a salad. But I'm gonna enjoy this now. I've been cooking a lot more at home, and if you guys follow me on TikTok, you'll probably see as well. I've just loved eating in, and especially during this nice weather, we would just hang out in the yard and just have dinner together, and I don't know, it just, one of the simple things that we've just been really loving and has just brought us so much joy. So we've been trying new recipes, and some have been healthier, some have been not so healthy. We're definitely living a balanced lifestyle this summer. I think for every summer it's usually like that, you know, you have to indulge a little bit. But this is a recipe that I've been loving and I would definitely be repeating again. And I think I'm gonna do a what I eat in a day, maybe the next vlog, just because I have some really great like higher protein recipes that I love sharing with you guys that are just like simple and delicious and just like easy to make. So I think that's gonna be the next vlog, but I'm gonna enjoy this now and just relax a little bit out here. Just put our fresh, new, clean sheets on the bed. Honestly, there's nothing better than a fresh, clean set of sheets and just getting into a fresh smelling bed in the end of the day. It's just like one of the little simple things that I love so much. But I wanted to get into actually a few of the books that I have read recently. I know I wanted to give you guys like a 6-month book review, and it just wasn't going as planned, but I actually got through a bunch of books that I wanted to talk about with you guys, because I know I mentioned I would do a little review for you guys in a past vlog, and I thought, what perfect time. Reading has been something for me that has just been such like a nice, relaxing time of my day. I really tried to get in a few chapters a day just to like take myself out of reality sometimes and just think about something other than my own life, work, whatever I've got going on. It's just like a nice thing, like just to read a story. And I read fiction, I read a lot of romance, just something that makes me feel good at the end of the day or the beginning of the day. And I honestly have just felt so good reading so much, and just honestly, I take a lot of knowledge and like learning things from a lot of podcasts or YouTubes that I watch, but just reading has been something that has just let me kind of like shut my mind off and just read what's going on in the book, get into the characters, just get into that like world and just have a little me moment. So as you can see, I have been reading a ton, and I have a review for you guys. I have the notes all on my phone because it's been a few months, and some of these books, like, I can't remember fully off the top of my head what had happened. Obviously, I'm just gonna give you like a little synopsis. I'm not gonna go like crazy to detail just to not give the books away, but I'll let you know if I like them, what they're about. Again, a lot of these are romance novels, and just something fun and just quirky sometimes, a little risque. You know, Colleen Hoover can always get a little risque. So these are just some of the books that I have read and what I think about them. Also, I know some of you might be like, Lisa, you need to just get a Kindle and not have all of these books. But there's something about the paperback that is just so nostalgic for me and like comforting, and to like flip a page just feels so satisfying in my opinion. And even like the smell of the books, just I love them so much. And as I mentioned, when I have people over, and often they're on holiday because they're visiting Europe, I like to give them a book too if they want to just read something while they're on vacation, just to relax. So it's nice to have things that I can like give out to them, and just like different options. So with a Kindle, you really can't do that. And also I just like am on a screen, and I know there's Kindles that have like specific like lighting and stuff that aren't like so heavy on your eyes, but I'm looking at screens all day long, and to just read paper and not have that like blue light is amazing. So that's my justification on just getting the paperbacks. And I feel like it also supports the writers a little bit more. They're a little bit more expensive, and I don't know. I just love a good paperback book. Getting into the first book, it's the Colleen Hoover's All Your Perfects. Big fan of her, and I'll read what I have, my notes. I read a few of her books which I really enjoyed. I feel like she's just been a really popular author recently, and this book in particular, I would probably give it like a 6 out of 10. It's based on a couple and their life together and the struggles that they go through throughout their marriage. There's a lot of back and forth, meaning now and then in every chapter, which sometimes can get a little bit difficult to focus. But so you just really have to pay attention and make sure you're understanding which stage they are in life. I still think I prefer a few other of her other books. And I also found myself not liking the main characters. I feel like that kind of affects the book as well. The book is only 290 pages, so it's not long. Still enjoyable because Colleen is very creative in how she writes, but I think a lot of her other books were a little bit more interesting for me. The next book I read was We Were Liars, and this is my first book by E. Lockhart. It's about a wealthy family. It starts with the eldest grandchild, Cadence, and every summer they spend it at their beach houses. Cadence is always with the Liars, who is her group of friends, which is her 2 cousins, and then her aunt's boyfriend's nephew, which his name is Gat. Cadence is really into Gat. She loves him, and this is basically a story about her family kind of being this wealthier family and her grandfather just not really approving of him. But there's a terrible accident that happens in the summer and she has memory loss from it, and the main part of the book is her trying to remember the accident, what had happened, what the real scenario was, because no one's telling her. She's affected by her accident. She has terrible headaches and all of this stuff. She has crazy dreams and memory loss and a lot of traumatizing things that are happening. There's a huge plot twist at the end, and I definitely wasn't expecting it, but this book really wasn't like my favorite read. I think there was just a lot going on at once. I do appreciate the turning point at the end, but there was just a little bit too much and like kind of a little hard to follow. But I definitely want to try to read a little bit more of E. Lockhart's books just because I've heard really great things about them. The next book that I read was Lucy Score's The Things We Left Behind. This is the 3rd book of the Knock 'Em Out series, which is The Things We Hide from the Light and The Things We Never Got Over. So this is the 3-series book. I've read these 2, so of course I've had to read the last one. And this one actually might be my favorite out of all of the 3 books. I absolutely love Lucy Score, the way she writes, just you feel like you're in the book. You feel like you're watching the scene unfold in front of you. It's so descriptive, enticing, pulls you in. I really love the way she writes. It follows the story of Lucien and Sloane, and they're a part of the group of the friends that the other 2 books are about. Without going too much into detail, because I feel like I could easily give it away, especially if you read the other 2 books. It's basically about the 2 characters and how they've been friends since they were younger, and that things happen in their past, and it unfortunately was brought into their current day lives. And throughout this book, they go back and forth and what had happened in the past and how it affects their relationship now. There's also a continuance of the other situations that happened in the first 2 books, and that I think it's really important to read the 2 books first and then like basically go in the series how she had written it, and just make sure you read them all. And honestly, this book made me laugh, it made me cry. It also has like all the juicy writing that Lucy Score has to offer. And if you're a Colleen Hoover fan, I think you're really going to be a Lucy Score fan as well. I know they're coming out with a movie of It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, but I really wish they came out with a movie for this book just because I feel like it would be so good. I'm obsessed with all of the characters. Even if they came out with like a 3-part series movie, that would be amazing because, again, highly recommend the Knock 'Em Out series if you're into like juicy romance, laughing, crying, just everything all in one. I would highly recommend Lucy Score and just all of her books. The last 2 books I finished recently. One was by Ali Hazelwood, Love Theoretically, and I actually am really obsessed with this book. It's a little bit different, a little bit on the nerdier side, but I think that's what made it so interesting for me. This is my first Ali Hazelwood book, and I read it literally over one weekend, not even. It was such an easy read. It was so good in my opinion. I couldn't put it down. I just wanted to keep going. And it's about a young girl, and she's actually a physicist, and she has been having the worst luck ever. She does a few things to try to help herself financially just because of her career, but it's really not paying much, and it involves her meeting a few people that actually change her situation. I loved all the characters in the book. There's quite a few, but there aren't too many, and it just puts the story together really nicely. I don't want to go too far into it because I don't want to give the book away, but not your typical love story, like a broody guy and a pretty fragile girl. Everyone is super smart in the book, and which makes it even more interesting, and I think this book would definitely be a top read for me. I give it a 10 out of 10. That's how much I loved it. I definitely want to try to read more of the Ali Hazelwood books, and if I ever do, I will keep you posted. The last book I finished off recently is Nora Goes Off Script. This is by Annabelle Monaghan, and I really enjoyed this book. It is my first book from Annabelle, and it was such a good read, easy read. It kept me wanting to come back for more. It's about a woman who's a writer for like Hallmark Channel movies, and she wrote about her life, which then became a movie, and they filmed portions of it at her home, and then basically she gets tangled up with one of the actors, and I'm not going to go too far into it, but it's just such an easy book to read. It was so intriguing. You felt like you kind of like could know these people in the book. These people lived in a little town in the East Coast in the US, so I definitely could relate as well. And I don't know, I definitely want to pick up more of Annabelle's books and would highly recommend Nora Goes Off Script for a quick and easy, really great read. And the book that I'm currently reading now, which I haven't finished yet, is This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. I think this will be a really good book, and I will let you guys know how I feel about it once it's finished. Just finished off a little flow. You guys, I've been really loving, as I mentioned in my last vlog, hybrid training, and also just doing what I feel like my body needs. If you're new here, I'm a certified personal trainer, and I am very much about living a holistic lifestyle, living a balanced lifestyle, and I'm currently in the midst of getting my pre- and postnatal certificate for teaching women that are pregnant or that are postpartum, and I've been learning so much about the woman's anatomy, of course, and just everything that you need and what your baby needs, and just to feel your very best during pregnancy, after pregnancy, to prepare yourself for pregnancy. So it's been so eye-opening, and it just is so fun and exciting to learn about, and I can't wait to finally have my certificate done and be able to share more with you guys. I definitely want to put up a vlog in the future about pre- and postnatal fitness and how I can help you, and if you're in your pregnancy or you are in postpartum. But I've been doing a lot more of like getting back into like yoga moves. I haven't really done a lot of yoga recently. I've been a lot into weightlifting and Pilates, and yoga is a really great form of movement if you are pregnant and have never really been like an avid gym goer or someone that has really been like working out a lot before getting pregnant. Yoga in general is a great form of movement, but especially for women that just really want to feel their best during pregnancy. So I've been doing a lot more of practicing on yoga moves and just going with the flow and doing a lot of flows throughout my days, and it really does make you feel so grounded and just bring you into your body and bring you peace. It's definitely a slower, not so high intensity workout, which your cortisol isn't getting spiked and you just feel so relaxed after it. It's like you're giving your body like a hug, like a big stretch and a big hug. So I've been loving doing more, incorporating more yoga moves into my routines lately. But if you are new here, I have a full Instagram. It's called The Training Aesthetic if you want to check it out. I post weekly workouts there, home and in the gym workouts. I try to cater more towards women, of course, and a lot more of like body weight. You don't necessarily need a ton of equipment for my workouts, so I just wanted to throw that out there. If you've been looking into more movement classes or just trying to figure out what works best for you when it comes to moving your body and just feeling your very best. Good morning, you guys. As you can see, I decided to take the vlog into the next day. Last night we went into the city and we saw a little concert. There's actually a festival that goes on every year here in Lucerne. It's in the second to last 2 weeks of July. It's called Lucerne Live, and it's really nice. They have like all different music groups and food stands and stuff. So we just did that, and then this morning we just had like a nice chill morning. We went for a food shop, and then we just had a little picnic in the backyard. We're gonna head to a public pool closer to where we live today just because it's so hot and we just need to get near some sort of body of water. So that's the plan for the rest of the day. So you guys, I'm gonna end the vlog basically where I started it, in the forest again, going for a nice long run this evening. Gonna end my beautiful weekend off on the right foot and just like set myself up for the week ahead. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit of a different one, but I hope maybe it entices you to kind of just take it slow, live a little bit more minimalistic, and just really take in everything that's around you, the beauty, the people, and just know and appreciate how lucky you are. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not already subscribed, please do consider subscribing. It really does mean a lot. And of course, I hope you join me for my next one. Bye guys.